A young pregnant mother kept on life support against her and her family's wishes. The Texas case pitted a hospital against a husband who was told his wife was brain dead. At the center, a law that said her wishes came second to the life of her fetus. We wanted to know if something similar could happen in Virginia.
It was freezing.
It was cold.
Craig Turner and Suzanne Gwathmey still laugh when they recall the day Craig proposed, New Year's Eve 2003.
I opened the door up and she said, "What are you doing?" And then I asked her to marry me.
They exchange vows 10 months later in Byrd Park, promising to stay together until death do they part.
You never know.
A moment they hope is far off in the future, but one they've carefully planned for.
And I just knew as a planner and an organizer that we needed to get that done. Okay.
Suzanne is talking about their advanced medical directives or living wills.
It is my intention that this advanced directive shall be honored by my family and physician.
It's the document they keep in this binder that spells out in writing their final wishes if they're incapacitated or declared brain dead. A process Suzanne says made them tear up as they discussed it in their lawyer's office.
Because the reality is death. One of us may not be here for the other.
And they were reminded of how suddenly it can happen as they read and watched reports about Marlise Munoz, the pregnant Texas woman who was declared brain dead but kept on life support to protect her fetus. Munoz was 14 weeks pregnant when she was found unconscious in her home November 26. Although she did not have a written advance directive, Munoz's husband said she had been clear. She did not want to be kept on any type of life support device like a ventilator. But John Peter Smith Hospital in Fort Worth refused to take her off machines, citing a Texas law requiring it to continue treating a pregnant patient even after they've been declared clinically dead. Right now, 12 states have laws that automatically invalidate a pregnant woman's advanced medical directive. Virginia is not one of them. Healthcare attorney Nathan Kotkamp says that's why it's unlikely Virginia would have a case similar to Marlise Munoz.
We do not have an exception in our Healthcare Decisions Act for pregnant patients.
But Kotkamp says that's not the case for someone with a mental illness. In the 2009 General Assembly session, Kotkamp says lawmakers expanded state law to allow patients to put down their wishes for mental health care, a psychiatric advance directive. However, there are limits to what they can request.
So you can't have a written advance directive that says, I never want to be admitted to a mental health hospital no matter what kind of crisis I'm in. Now, we can't allow that from a public policy perspective.
Richmond attorney Melanie Lee specializes in estate planning, which includes writing an advance directive. She says less than 20% of people in the country have one.
Having that conversation about what really matters to you, I think, is even more important. So this was like in the late 60s.
Lee had that conversation with her mother before she died.
So she did have a directive in place.
Her mother, Barbara, was declared brain dead in 2013 and was not put on life support because she put those instructions in writing.
My mother was very, very clear about her wishes. And she would say, I don't want to lay there being a vegetable.
Yeah. She told us that when we first met her.
Lee helped Craig and Suzanne write their living wills. The couple says, like Lee's mother, they want their relatives to know when that time comes, they can let go.
If the hospital says it's time to let go and the cardiologist says, I agree, and the family doctor says, I agree, then that will be it.
Nathan Kotkamp is such a big proponent of having an advance medical directive. He founded Healthcare Decision Day in Virginia in 2006. 2 years later, it became a nationwide observance. April 16th is a day set aside to inspire and educate people about the importance of having advanced care planning. And we have a link to that website on WTVR.com.